Hey, it's Anfa, and today I am following up on yesterday's video where I covered some new audio releases, or rather, Liber audio software releases. Now, if you missed yesterday's live streamed video, I am talking about something called Quarterly Release Pact, this thing right there. And what it is, it's an agreement between Liber audio software developers that's helping them get motivated to release software more often. Because sometimes when you use something and you see that the last update was released 2 years ago, you're wondering if the developer is still alive or if they are interested in developing the software, and maybe you're just using a piece of zombie software that's going to die in the next 2 years because of some standard C library changes that no one will update against or whatever. I don't know, I'm not a programmer. Anyway, so Quarterly Release Pact is an initiative to motivate developers to release more often, to basically make sure that the software keeps coming and that the users hear about the software that is coming. So yesterday we've covered everything you can see right here. Okay, maybe up to this point. We ended with Ardor because that was the most recent release in this quarter. But now let me press a magic key, and the key is, well, wait for it. The key is F5. And we've got a bunch of new releases. Okay. So yesterday we started. The newest release was New Session Manager. If you want to know more, watch yesterday's video. And what we have today is, let's maybe go down and up. So we got VM.LV2. And it says that's a programmable virtual machine LV2 plugin. I think I saw something about it. I have no idea what it is. Oh, wait, I'm blocking the view. I am blocking the view. So, VM.LV2, a programmable virtual machine LV2 plugin. I have no idea what you can do with a virtual machine. It's by Open Music Controllers. This is the guy or guys, I don't know, or gals, or mixed, who make SynthPod and also some other awesome plugins like Sherlock LV2 and Mooney. We'll get to that. Let's see what this VMLV2 thing is. I'm going to maybe go to the homepage. And let's read. A programmable virtual machine LV2 plugin. This plugin bundle contains various plugins with a programmable stack-based virtual machine to modify up to 8 LV2 control voltage, audio, atom, and MIDI signals. So you basically can build a simple machine that will process signals. I think when I started this some time ago, what I saw was a bunch of like logic operations, like add, subtract, and etc. I don't know if this sounds like a tool for programmers. Well, it's programmable, so yeah, that's probably it. Not totally up my valley, but maybe it's gonna suit your workflow. Next up, we've got Sherlock LV2, which is a very useful plugin, and it's a plugin that lets you investigate, as the name suggests, what is going on in your MIDI ports, control ports. These plugins are very useful. You can just plug them in, and you have a little text box, and you see all the messages, the MIDI messages that go through. So if you're not sure if, for example, your hardware MIDI controller is sending appropriate control changes, CCs, or some other messages, like if you're not sure if you have a broken key or a broken knob, then Sherlock LV2 is going to help you make sure that whatever you do on your controller is actually doing what you expect. I also use it a lot if I'm preparing any live music setups, because that lets me read the MIDI commands or the MIDI messages and make sure that when I'm twisting this particular knob, I can see what MIDI control channel that is, so I know what to assign to my patch in Carla or whatever. So I know I can, you know, twist the right knob and get the right thing to happening. Without it, it would be much more difficult, because not everything has a very intuitive MIDI learn functionality. Sometimes you need to just type in a number, and this plugin lets you find out the numbers. Okay, now that's of course again by Open Music Controllers, and there's another release by Open Music Controllers. It's called Shells _ bells. I have no idea what that is. I'm reading this name first time in my life. Let's see. A just for fun LV2 plugin bundle. Bundle, it's not a single plugin. Sound the bell in the shell to send a MIDI note. Wait. Added support for GL double buffering. So I guess it's having some 3D graphics. What the hell is going on? Okay, let's go to the homepage and read up. It's gonna be interesting. Shells Bells, a just for fun LV2 plugin bundle. The most limited, useless, hackable, and fun plugin bundle ever. Sound the bell in the shell or from any program forked from the latter to send a MIDI note. Oh, is this like a way to send MIDI notes from your terminal emulator? Like, okay, all right. They say it's hackable, so maybe it's gonna be fun. Oh, there's a screenshot. Is there a screenshot? There is no screenshot. Give me a screenshot! I want screenshots. It uses OpenGL, GLEW, I have no idea what that is. Okay, that sounds very weird. If anyone tries this out, let me know what this does. I have no idea. And I'm kinda curious at this point. What is that? What? Okay, next up we've got Patch Matrix. Patch Matrix? Yeah, probably I should say Patch Matrix. A graphical jack patch bay combining a matrix style and flow canvas interface. Added support for GL double buffering. Okay. What is that? I wonder if I've been using that. All right. It's too bad there are no screenshots. We really need screenshots. The screenshots are not found. Please post screenshots, dear developers. Okay, so I don't know if this is a plugin. It doesn't seem to be a plugin. It doesn't say LV2 anymore. Oh, it's for Linux, Windows, and Mac OS. Okay. So I guess it's another tool to manage your jack connections in and out. Alrighty, that was Patch Matrix by Open Music Controllers. And another one, actually almost all of these releases are by Open Music Controllers. Now, Mooney LV2. And that's a very interesting plugin that I have actually used live, and it's useful. Now, Mooney, they say, write LV2 control port and event filters in Lua. So that's a plugin where you can actually create a script using Lua, the same programming language that you would script Ardor, for example. And you can, for example, do something like my APK Mini, Akai MPK Mini keyboard, it only has hardware support to selecting 4 MIDI channels, and I wanted more. So I thought, okay, there's like these drum pads, and they send particular MIDI notes. So I thought, okay, I'm going to write a Mooney script or Lua script that will intercept 2 specific MIDI notes that correspond to these drum pads, and then just increment or decrement a number, which is going to be my MIDI channel number, and then pass through all the other messages on the selected channel. And this way I've got a script that I could run and make my limited MIDI keyboard less limited, which is really cool, and it's extremely powerful. And I was surprised that writing in Lua, it wasn't that much headache. Of course, you gotta have some programming background, but I'm sure people will start sharing some amazing patches, and I'm sure like there could be like a whole GitHub repository of just patches for Mooney to do various things, or maybe even instructions how to make them better suited for your needs. Dave Medina in the chat said, Anfa, the wizard of page refresh. Oh my God. Fantastic. Alrighty, that was Mooney LV2. The next release, also by Open Music Controllers, is called MIDI Matrix LV2. And they say it's a MIDI channel filter, multiplexer, and router LV2 plugin. I think I used this one. I bet they don't have any screenshots. No, they don't. No, they don't. Channel filtering, channel multiplication, send events from X to Y, any possible combination of thereof. You know what? I think I know what's going on. One, two. Okay, you can hear me again. Nice. Carla crashed when I switched to it. That's new. Okay, let's not try demonstrating these plugins, okay? I'm gonna stick to reading the news. Alrighty, so MIDI Matrix LV2. I think I've been using this in Ardor a bit. It looks nice. It's very fast to operate. So the unusual thing is that the grid is not like square. It's rotated by 45 degrees, so it's a bit unusual. So maybe it's more optimized. I don't know. There's also Mephisto LV2, and they say write LV2 audio / control voltage instruments / filters directly in your host using the FAUST DSP language. Ooh. Okay, that explains the name of the plugin. So that is a just-in-time FAUST compiler embedded in an LV2 plugin. All right, lots of stuff for programmers. I can tell you that. Okay, there are various versions of this plugin. One that processes a single audio channel, so one audio input and one audio output. And there's also stereo, dual stereo, quadruple stereo, and there's control voltage one. Okay. Anything else? No. All right. I think I've tried this once, or maybe it was some other FAUST compiler plugin that didn't work. So I wonder if this one works, because it would be interesting, because I've read that FAUST is a very powerful language, and it could be like a really cool way of just, writing something very weird and unique and trying it out, and hopefully not blowing your speakers up with it. All right, so that's Mephisto LV2. I'm also gonna try and read the chat. Hello there. Okay, next up is LV2Lint. No idea if I'm reading this correctly. Check whether a given LV2 plugin is up to the specification. All right, so that's probably also a tool for developers that you can just use that and see if it passes. An LV2Lint-like tool. I don't know what is lint, but I guess it's some software to check code quality or whatever, that checks whether a given plugin and its UIs match up with the provided metadata and adhere to well-known best practices. Run it as a part of your continuous integration pipeline together with LV2/Sword Validate to reduce the likelihood of shipping plugins with major flaws in order to prevent unsatisfied users. Like us. Note, this is an early release, so our bug-finding plugin may be bugged as well, so use caution. Yeah, okay, all right. Lots of stuff for programmers. I can see Open Music Controllers love audio programmers and want to make their life easier. Well, now, that was the last release by Open Music Controllers, and what we have next is something called RaceSession. And actually, I've heard about this yesterday in the comments under yesterday's video. I've never heard about RaceSession before. And they say it's a GNU Linux NSM compatible session manager for audio programs. Oh, so it's compatible with the non-session manager or now new session manager architecture or protocol or whatever it is. I don't know. Command line tool to control GUI, graphical user interface actions, session load, save, close shell scripts. Jack configuration session script, new RayHack client protocol. Okay, let's see. Let's check out the link and see what it is. Maybe they can provide some screenshots. So if it's a command line program, then probably not. Okay, we got GitHub. That's weird. Why is there cogs that are actually glasses? That's strange. That's disturbing. Hey, there is a screenshot, so it's not just command line. All right, so the guy is running Jack connections. Okay, a tuner, Ardor, Carla, Petronio, which is a sequencer that we've been talking about yesterday. All right, that could be a good way to start using the NSM session management system for managing your work. Maybe that's cool. I don't know what it is. I've heard it could save. No. Okay, never mind. Let's not spend too much time on that. And the last but not least, LSP Plugins have a new release. Let's see what that is all about. So if you don't know, LSP stands for Linux Studio Plugins, and it's an astounding collection of really, really in-depth plugins. There's like 8-band multiband compressors, 8-band multiband gates, a limiter that has like 30 options just for the way it oversamples, or another 12 options for the way it interprets peaks and behaves, like the attack release pattern. Like it goes so in depth that like I honestly think that I don't have such good hearing, technical hearing, to be able to fully appreciate like the variety and the richness of the stuff that LSP provides. I am finding their plugins very useful, and I use them a lot, especially the multiband compressor, which is also I wanted to make a video about it, but I never did it because I wanted to make it too good, and I didn't finally get to do it at all. LSP has a plugin called Room Builder, and yeah, and it's a plugin where you can basically import a 3D model that you make, for example, in Blender, and you can assign different materials to the 3D model parts, like concrete or wood or glass, and then place virtual sound sources in the 3D scene and also virtual microphone capsules, and then render or wave trace a reverb or impulse response that would happen if you would have such an environment with these materials, with at this given sound source or multiple sound sources for multiple audio channels, and these microphones placed there. It's like a plugin to simulate reverb in a 3D space by like calculating all the reflections and providing you with an IR file, which is basically a click with a tail. Which you can then load up in LSP, convolutional reverbs, or any other one. It's insane. I've played with a bit. It's a bit difficult to get your head around as many LSP plugins because they have so many options and they go really deep. But they are awesome. Alrighty, let's see what they write. New loudness compensator and surge filter plugin series. What is that? Loudness compensator, what is that? Significant changes to limiter series, all right. Better LV2 state support. Support for loading hydrogen drum kits by multi-sampler. Oh, man. So now we can... okay. LSP has a very nice multi-sampler, but it's a bit difficult to set it up because you have to click a lot. So it takes lots of time to set up your drum kit in LSP multi-sampler. Once it's done, it works great. But now it's going to be much easier because you can just load hydrogen drum kits. That's really cool. It's a multi-channel sampler that lets you trigger various drum samples. It doesn't have pitch control because it's not a melodic sampler. It's for drums. It has velocity layers. I believe it outputs stereo. So it's not like Drum Gizmo where you have like 16-channel output and you can then mix it. It's a different kind of sampler. If you want this kind of flexibility for mixing, Drum Gizmo is the bee's knees. And lots more. Let's click on the homepage or maybe changelog. Ooh, changelog. What is there? That's okay. Wow. There's lots of stuff. Oh, okay. So looks like the limiter plugins got removed, the classic and mixed modes. Okay, instrument automatic level. Well, there's a lot of stuff. Whew. Lots of stuff. Do they have any new plugins? I wonder. Okay, by the way, this is the page of the project. Go ahead and check it out. LSP-plug.in. And you will find these. They work on Linux. They don't work on Windows. I don't think there's any Windows builds. These plugins used to be binary free, but not open source. And then the developer started to slowly open source them like one by one. He was like creating donation goals. And when the goal was reached, he would publish source code for another plugin. But at some point, he decided to change the model and just open sourced all of them and started to gather donations via LiberaPay, Bounty Source. And you can also send him Ethereum. I'm not a cryptocurrency person, but if you are, you can go ahead and support him. And he's doing amazing plugins. Really, some of the best audio plugins we have in the open source audio ecosystem are Linux Studio plugins. So definitely check this out if you haven't already. And that's all for today's second day of quarterly release Pact 2020 quarter 3. I hope you've learned something. I hope you found this interesting and inspiring. Go check out this website where you can find all the links. So if you go to librarymusicproduction.com/dev/release, then you can find all of these releases and all the links and check them out for yourself. And now I will say goodbye. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something. There's 36 people watching live. I'm amazed because this was like announced 5 minutes before I started streaming. It's really cool to see you guys like being all the time around and waiting for this stuff. And I hope to be doing more of these very quick live streamed videos with no editing, because it seems I can get more stuff out for you. And of course, I'll be doing the properly scripted and edited videos too, but that takes a lot of time. And sometimes I don't have the time, and I still want to make things and publish stuff for you. So yeah, thanks for watching. Also, big thanks to all the people who are supporting my work on Patreon or on LiberaPay. If you, dear viewer, would like to join them and help keep this show going to ultimately make this my half-time job, or maybe full-time job, please go to patreon.com/Anfa or liberapay.com/Anfa. Now go grab these software releases and make some music with them. And now I have to switch away. Let's go. Bye.